and welcome to your Trig online class. I'm Professor Nearing. This video is to show you how to use the calendar for the course, how to use the gradebook, and send a message to me if you need help. So the first thing I want to show you is how to use the calendar. Because I'm making the video a few weeks before the course starts, you don't see any text within the calendar. One thing you can do is you can advance the calendar into the future or the past by clicking on the arrows that I'm pointing at right here. Another thing you can do is to show more than 4 weeks at a time. So if I click this and move down, I can show as many as 15 weeks at a time. Doing so makes the calendar very large and tends to clutter up the main page. You can view it as is and change it back to 4 weeks, or what some students like to do is click the calendar link up here and isolate just the calendar, and when done viewing, you can click on this link to get back to the main page. So let me tell you, the course is not a self-paced course. There's a minimal pace for which you have to work. So for example, anybody that's not done up to 1.4 the first Thursday of class will be withdrawn. If you're taking the class at an accelerated pace, this might be sooner, but whatever the calendar states is what you should go by. There will be a midterm and final exam for which you'll have to show up in person and show photo ID, and you can use the calendar to see when those dates are. As the date nears, you'll see directions on the room number and time, etc. So once you're done looking at the calendar, go back to the main page here and show you how to start the course. If you're watching this video, you've already done step 1. Scroll down to step 2, read the syllabus. After reading the syllabus, step 3 is to click the link for chapters 1, 2, and 3. Step 4 is to click on chapter 1. This opens the 8 sections of chapter 1. Step 5 is to click on section 1.1. And when you click on each section, many things open. Because this is the beginning of the course, before you even start the homework, I want to make sure you read the syllabus and understand how the course works. So you're going to have to get a 100% on the course orientation quiz, which is basically just some quiz questions regarding the syllabus. And right now, you will not see a link to the homework. One will pop up down here where I'm pointing after you get 100% on the quiz. Let me click on the quiz and show you what it looks like. So there's 19 questions right now. That might change. And you get unlimited attempts. You basically just submit answers until you get it right. After taking the quiz, and you'll have to probably go back and read the syllabus to get some of the answers, after you get them all correct, you can go back and start learning the material for section 1.1. Let me click on a wrong answer and show you what happens. If you submit a wrong answer, you'll see that you get 0 out of 10. Usually you'll see a little red X as well, indicating you got the question wrong. Another thing that happens is the green box, formerly solid green, turns half white and half green, meaning that you attempted the problem but got it wrong. And what you can do is you can reattempt the last question. If I submit another wrong answer, it gives me the same box here saying I got 0 out of 10. Just reattempt it until you figure out what the answer is. So what percent of the course is based on homework? Let's try 8% and hit submit. Now this is the correct answer for this course, but your answer may differ depending on which version of the course you're taking. Notice that since I got it right, the box has turned white, indicating that I not only attempted the problem, but got it correct. When you get all 19 correct, or 100% on the quiz, you go back one level, and once you get 100% on the orientation quiz, a link down here will pop up for the 1.1 homework. Because I didn't get 100% on the quiz, it's not showing. So let me switch to instructor view so that you can see what that would look like. You get 100% on the orientation quiz, you go back here, and there'll be a link that says homework 1.1 is now accessible. By the way, after getting 80 out of 90 points, and last semester all my students got 90 out of 90, so it's very possible to do this, you click on 1.2 and you'll see that the link for 1.2 opens. So right now, because I'm in instructor mode, the homework link for 1.2 is visible. But for you, you will not see the homework link to 1.2 until you get at least 80 out of 90 correct on 1.1. And then the class just continues in that fashion. And by the way, this opening up to so many blocks clutters up the page, so I urge you when you're done with 1.1 to close the block by clicking on the black triangle to keep things looking neat. So at any rate, suppose I'm going through the homework. Before you even start, though, you should read the textbook if necessary, at least watch the videos instructing you how to do the mathematics. And there will be videos in the homework as well. In fact, let me click on a homework assignment and show you what they look like. Eventually, you're going to get to some questions that perhaps you're not sure what you did wrong or have no idea how to do the problem. Sometimes seeing the answer to the question may help you work backwards and help you figure out how to do the problem. So notice it says that this is attempt 1 of 3. You actually get infinitely many attempts, but after 3 wrong answers, It'll give you the answer to the question and force you to work another version of the problem. Or you can skip that and just say, well, I just want to see what the answer is, and you can just jump to answer, and doing so will show you the answer, but you will be forced to work a new version of the question. So I'm going to click OK. It's going to tell me that the answer is 7.6 roughly, and perhaps that'll help, but it'll force you now to try another similar question, and you'll see that it really is the same question, usually with different numbers. Anyway, you get 8 of the 9 correct here, and you can go back, and once you get 80 of the 90 points, then you will see the link to the 1.2 homework open up, and then it just continues on. If you do well enough, 1.2, 1.3 will open, and so on and so forth until you get down to the last section. You do well enough on that, a Chapter 1 review will open. Getting enough points on the Chapter 1 review will open up a Chapter 1 exam, which is online, and after finishing that, we'll actually open up the homework for Chapter 2, and you can get started on that. So let me go back to the main page and remind you again, there still are at least 2 exams in the semester where you do have to show up in person and show photo ID. That's how you progress through the class. There's not much else to tell you except for if you ever need help or have a question, something you can tell me, you can click on messages. The default is to send me a message. If you ever want to see your grade, you click on the grade book, and that should be pretty much self-explanatory. So give me a message if you need help, and I usually get back to you within 24 hours, if not sooner.